Hey everybody, Kelly here. I wanted to get this video out based on the conversations we had yesterday. A lot of good response. Um, by no means is this the end of all means, but I wanted to share it with you because I looked into this. I already have some people responding back to me as early as Saturday. So here is we'll call this the sniper tactic tip of the weekend. Here is a way that you can get a group of people that are definitely in the market to potentially work with you on the buy side. And if all the cards align right and you work this particular lead and you get in there and you build a good relationship, there's a strong chance that you have a shot above all other agents in your area to get a listing. And so what I want to do is share with you a tip, and I'm going to actually kind of tell you who this lead is at the beginning, and then share with you the tools that I use to reach out to this particular lead. And one of the things I try to do is I try to work leads that are a little bit differently or a different angle than the majority of the competition in my area. And let me give you, for instance, when a home goes expired, I don't care what market you're in, 475 Keller Williams agents are calling that expired lead by 8 o'clock in the morning, the morning it expires. All the other franchise agents, the coaches that are out there training these people are being hammered. And if anybody out there, if you guys have done this before, you probably, and I've done it, you've probably had people just absolutely get just viciously violent with you. Well, like I said in one of my other videos, if people are all doing one thing, I'm going to go do the other thing. So instead of, for instance, with expireds, calling them the morning they expire, I'll send out a direct mail. And again, people send out live. They get these expires get tons of direct mails. But my direct mail piece, and you can find it underneath the files tab here, is a little different. I've actually got 4 responses in the last 2 weeks of people that are interested in seeing me. I just haven't been able to get the appointment yet, but these are people responding back to my letters. So anyway, the point is, if everybody's doing one thing, go and do something different. Stand out from the herd. So one of the things I wanted to share with you, and these are people in every market out there, every one of you have these types of leads in your market. And for lack of a better term, let's just jump right into it. These are going to be your for sale by owners that you're going to find on Zillow. And what you're trying to do is you're trying to ascertain different pieces of information before you actually reach out and talk to the lender. Now, before we go any farther, you're probably thinking, oh, this is another, try to get a listing. Let's reverse engineer the whole concept of dealing with a for sale by owner. And what do I mean by that? The majority of what you're taught and the majority of the things that we think about when we think about a for sale by owner is let's reach out to them and see if we can get a listing appointment. Well, can I tell you that for sale by owner has a very low opinion of real estate agents? Number one, that they think they can sell their home without you, and guys, some of them do. They also have a low opinion of you because everybody's calling them and they're all lying to them. Look, I used to do this. We all have the same scripts that we heard. Hey, my name's, John Smith with Acme Real Estate Company, and I notice you're selling your home for sale by owner. If I have a buyer, would you be willing to allow me to show your home, and would you pay me X amount of commission? By the way, can I come and preview the home before? We've all heard and done the same thing. Can I tell you they've heard the same thing? Let me ask you this. If this person right here who has this home listed on Zillow as a for sale by owner, obviously they're too high, but that's another whole other video. But this person is motivated to want to sell the home. They've taken the time to upload a bunch of pictures, right? So they want to sell their home. What are they going to do when they sell their home? Now, not everybody is going to be moving in the same area, but they're either going to have to buy a home or they're going to have to rent an apartment or a home. They're going to have to get something. And the majority of these for sale by owners are going to be buying another home. Why don't you become the go-to agent to assist them with that? Because I promise you, well, I'm not going to promise you. I'm telling you right now, other agents are not calling them to see if they can work with them on the buyer side. They're not sending them direct mail pieces. They're not email or texting them saying, hey, have you thought about allowing a professional to help you look? Here's what I can do. Now, before you reach out to these for sale by owners as a buyer's agent, make sure you have some very good and strong unique selling propositions. Stuff like, hey, listen, when I work with you as a buyer, one of the things that I'm going to do is I'm going to actually get the seller of the home that you're going to buy to pay a part, if not all of your closing cost, or I'm going to give you X amount of dollars at closing for you to use however you want. By the way, I also have, and then whatever your USP or unique selling proposition is, one of mine is a love it or list it guarantee. You know, if they allow me to help them buy a home and they buy that home through me as the buyer's agent, then I will list that home in the first 18 months and not charge them a commission. Now, you have to get real fancy with this because, you know, at an EXP, we have to charge something. But what you can do is write in the contract that whatever commission you make, you would then give back to them. And that's the guarantee that you will give them, so that if they do have to sell, it just makes dollars and cents for them to work with you. You know, most agents, when they approach this, they're going to talk about, well, my brokerage is awesome, or, you know, I'm awesome, I've done all of this. Well, they've heard all of that. Why not give them something tangible and physical? So again, when you're reaching out to these particular clients and you're trying to get your foot in the door, offer them something above and beyond. Offer them a free website for them to use while they market their home. Listen, while I'm working with you as a buyer's agent, Mr. FSBO, let me go ahead and give you a free website. Now I'm going to show you a tool that I use in just a minute. I'm going to show you a bunch of tools that I use to accomplish reaching out to these people. But the concept here is for you to get them to see the value in working with you as a buyer's agent, not as a listing agent. Now, we know that 89%, according to the National Association of Realtors, 89% of FSBOs will list with an agent. Who do you think they're going to list with? Somebody that just calls them out of the blue, or somebody they're actively working with on the buyer side? Somebody who answers calls from them if they have, you know, say they have a question on the sale of their home, or they've got somebody interested and they just want to, you know, get some advice for you. Who are they going to call? They're going to call the buyer's agent that's working with them to actively look for a home. So again, you've got a stronger than 90% shot at listing their home if they are going to list it, because you've already got a relationship. I hope this makes sense so far. All right, so one of the things that you do is you go into Zillow and you pull up all the for sale by owners. I like to do 250K and up, right? And then you're going to take a look at the home, and most of them are going to be overpriced, but here's what you want right there. That's their cell number. So right off the bat, I'm going to be able to text them. Now, just texting them does nothing. So you've got to get creative on your text. But the other thing that I do is I get their address and I go up to a company called FSBO, because I want to see if this and this correspond with a real human being. So FSBO told me that Betty Felton, who's 71, lives at that house. She's the owner. And if you'll notice, her cell number is 3640. Well, FSBO has told me that that is her true cell phone number, but they go a little bit farther. They give me her two email addresses that are associated with her name. So now I've got a real cell number, and I've got a email address and an email address that I can reach out to this lady. So let's talk about the ways that we can reach out. I've got an address. I've got, let's go one step further. Then you can take this address into your, in my MLS, we've got, and you're not going to see it here, we've got something called a matrix or an RPM. I go into here through my local MLS, and I will put their address in there. I want to check to make sure that she has not listed the home, because it does no good to market to this lady if she's already listed her home. So I'm going to go ahead, where am I at? There we go. I'm going to go ahead and check to make sure that she is not listed, that this truly is who she is. And once I have all that information, I can go ahead and start contacting her. So I've got her phone number, I've got her address, and I've got her emails. So what are you going to do? With an email, now, those of you that have the EXP email, if you're like me, I actually had a Gmail account, kellywheelergroup@gmail.com, and I have that linked to my EXP email. And because I have a Gmail account, I utilize my Gmail account to do all of my mailing. And one of the things that you can do, guys, if you don't do this right now, is you can actually do what they call a canned email. So let me go back to Betty. I'm going to take her email. I'm going to put it into a email screen. And I'm going to go here and do a canned response. Here are 1, 2, 3, 4 canned responses that I've already pre-done, so I don't have to go in and type this all the time. Now, I'm not going to do one for her. I'm just going to show you how it works. Let's just say that I'm wanting to work with her as a buyer. There you go. It automatically populated right here. Boom, there's the email. And then all I have to do is hit send. Well, I'm not going to do that, but I wanted you to see that. Basically, when you go into your Gmail and you want to compose, already have an email that's canned that you're going to send out to these Zillow people stating how you want to work with them on the buyer side. And then when you click that, it populates that email. Again, you don't have to type it all in. And it's a way for you to be able to seamlessly get this done and not have to reinvent that email message every time. Come up with the email message that you really like and then go from there. The other thing, guys, here's another trick. I used Google Voice. Because I have it attached to my Gmail account, the reason I use my Google Voice to do all my text is I want to use something different than my cell number. I want to be able to know that if somebody's calling my cell number, it's a specific type of person. But on my Google Voice, I'm able to use my computer screen to copy and paste things. It's much more easier for me to put a message into Google Voice and then send it out. Now, here's a message that I crafted for a Zillow for sale by owner. And guys, I'm going to read it to you. And I've already sent this message out to this for sale by owner on Zillow. It says, hey, I'm a local realtor, and while I'm not interested in listing a home, I did want to give you something you can use to sell your home, a free website. I would love to help you find a home in yourselves. And I put a link to their website. Let me go ahead and show you what it looks like. And I'll tell you how you can get this for free. What I did is I went into my list reports and I created a website for her. And it's got the photo gallery. There's all her pictures. Okay. It's got explore the area. So when she clicks on that link, all of this is stuff that will, give her value in what you just did for her. It's got a thing in here for her to meet a potential lender and meet me. So that is one of the things that I created for that for sale by owner off of Zillow. How did I do it? Well, what you're going to want to do to get this tool for free, and this tool is called List Reports. Here it is. It's a paid tool, but you can get it free if you do what I'm fixing to tell you. And all I did was I created a new list report, and I took her information, or in this case, I'll take the for sale by owner's information. I'll put the address here, and then I'm going to go ahead and put FSBO, right? And I'm going to fill in the information, and within about 3 to 4 minutes, List Report's going to create an entire slew, let me show you one, of marketing materials that you can send this for sale by owner. So let's check this one right here. Okay, so when I created this website, if you will, and all the different things in List Reports, guys, it took 5 minutes to do this just based off I didn't have to upload a picture. I used the Zillow URL, and it grabbed all the pictures for me. But here's the website. You've got an open house flyer you can send her. You've got infographics, and all you have to do is click the share button, grab the URL, and you can text it to her. Don't do any of that until you've got a relationship going, but you can literally show her that you're going to give her all this stuff for free just to work with you on the buy side. Do y'all see the power in that? So how did I do that? I went and found myself a lender at Fairway Independent Mortgage. Now, you can use whatever lender you want. I'm just telling you what I used. And this lender gave me a branded app. So we're both on there. You've got the finance guy here, and you've got the real estate agent here. And this app can be sent out to any buyer. And when I got this app from him, he also gave me several free tools that are just absolutely amazing. One of those free tools is this listreports.com. And there's so many things you can get when you get into here. But if you want this tool, go ahead and just Google Fairway Independent Mortgage Corp, or Google the name Ray Combs Fairway and just reach out to him, even though he's in Florida, and say, hey, I'm over here. Can you give me a referral on one of your guys? The other reason why I like this app is it allows me to send a message to a prospective buyer, and that message will be this. Hey, listen, Mr. Buyer, how would you like to get pre-approved or pre-qualified for a home loan and not have to speak to a mortgage agent. You don't have to speak to anybody to go ahead and get a pre-qualification. You can do that, Mr. Buyer, through this app. I'm going to send it to you. And then you send a link to the app. It's got your information, the lender's information, yada, yada. But if you go this route and you find this type of a mortgage partner, make sure you ask for all the free tools like the branded app, the list reports, the nest.coms. But that's what I use, guys. So when I go out to Zillow and I find this individual, a couple things I'm going to do. I'm going to send a direct mail piece introducing myself. Hey, listen, I'm not here to talk about listing your home. I am here as a great source of information for you. If you need a title company, if you need a title attorney, if you need to talk to even a mortgage loan officer, if you need any handymen, I just wanted to introduce myself, Mr. For Sale by Owner, blah, blah, blah. By the way, I created a website for you. Here's the link. Now, all of that can go in your direct mail piece. Go ahead and send them out a text. Basically something like this. So here I created this list report for this particular for sale by owner, and I put a little bit in and they're already responding. The other thing is you can email them back with the canned email response. Now, I'm not going to tell you how to do this, guys. YouTube is awesome. If you want to set up some canned email messages to buyers, sellers, for sale by owners, expireds, whatever, go ahead and start setting those up so that when you are going to reach out to them, again, it's there. So you've got email, you've got Google Voice if you want to use it, sending out text, and you've got direct mail pieces that you can get to them. So guys, that's how you can start working with these potential buyers that no other agent, I promise you, no other agents out there going after these buyers. They're going after these guys as listings. So here's the thing. You start reaching out to 3 to 5 of these a day, and you're going to get some people hitting back saying, hey, I'm interested in talking. As long as they are not put in a position where they think you're coming out to list. And guys, here's my suggestion. Don't even talk about listing their home. You get the appointment, go and see them as a buyer's agent. Let them organically come to you when they trust you and say, hey, you know, we thought about it and we love what you're doing, and how would you like to list our home? So I hope this was of some value to you. Go ahead and start reaching out to these for sale by owners. Become their buyer's agent. Reach out to, if you want, a local Fairway independent. They're in all 50 states. Get this free app. Get the free list reports. Make sure you ask the mortgage guy to set you up with all of this, and start reaching out to the for sale by owners that you find. And another just a real quick trip. This is the county I'm in. These are all the for sale by owners that are over 250K. But if I go right outside of my local city here and click it, I'm going to show you how many people you can start working with. Every one of these in about a 25-mile radius are for sale by owners. Okay, if I want to go out a little bit farther, I want to show you something. In my local MLS, there's the state of Florida. There's every for sale by owner on Zillow. And my market's right over in here. So everything here are potential clients that I can work with. So guys, I hope that was of value to you. If you want and you need any more information, go ahead and private message me. Watch this video several times because there's a lot of stuff that I went over on here. We went over canned email responses. We went over Google Voice using Google. By the way, the Google Voice is free. So we were able to go over how to use Google Voice, where you can use it on your computer to be able to get quick messages out. We talked about hooking up with potentially a Fairway independent mortgage guy to get a lot of these free tools. We talked about how you can send them text. We talked about how you can send them text with a free website specifically for them to use, and marketing materials that are free. So there's a lot of stuff there, but again, go out and differentiate yourself to these for sale by owners and become their buyer's representative. And by doing that, you'll find yourself in a position more than less of being the go-to guy if they choose to use a real estate agent to list their home. All right, this went a little bit longer than what I wanted. I hope it made sense. And again, if you haven't, share our group, Marketing, Social Media, and Lead Generation Mastermind, with other groups you're in. I always look forward to hearing any of your stories. And then also share some things that are working for you guys. All right, it's Sunday. I'm getting ready to go eat lunch with my beloved at Cheesecake Factory. So having said that, you guys just have a great day, and I hope this was valuable information for you.